You may have already kind of implied your answer, but I was going to ask you, why do you think it's become such a big hit? Why is it so successful and popular among people of all walks of life? For instance, you have Whoopi Goldberg likes The Chosen. You have Chris Pratt who likes The Chosen. You have Tucker Carlson likes The Chosen. And those three people probably wouldn't agree on many things, but they all love The Chosen. What do you think it is?
Yeah, I do think it's the authenticity and the fact that it feels real. Um, I just think that, you know, one of the things I try to teach writers on, I teach writers online, and one of the things I say is people love to be educated and they love to be entertained, but they never forget when they're emotionally moved. Well, this thing does all three of those. They're educated, and of course, I think part of the popularity is sort of like the same thing that happened with Mel Gibson's movie. Besides the fact that Passion of the Christ was brilliantly done, there are so many people interested in it. Jewish people are interested. Catholics are interested. International audiences, everybody around the world knows who Jesus was, and they, whether they agree or not or believe or not, they basically know the story, and they're wondering how do they pull this off? How do they depict this? And then if you do it right, if you educate and entertain and then emotionally move. When I watch these things, I'm emotionally moved every time, every scene, and I've seen some of them 20 times because I'm writing these books, and it never gets old. I think that's one of the secrets of it.
You and your son, of course, have done something rare in the history of the American church. You've each led groundbreaking storytelling movements. Of course, you with Left Behind, and him with The Chosen. When I was in my, I guess, 20s and 30s, the Left Behind was the thing in American Christianity, and now The Chosen is the thing in American Christianity in terms of just a cultural moment. What does it mean for you to look back on that and reflect on that? And does it mean that maybe God has just blessed the two of you with unique creative abilities?
Well, we're kind of astounded by the fact that lightning, in a sense, has stricken the same family twice in a generation. Hard to believe, but in August it'll be 30 years since the first Left Behind title came out. And that series 30 years later is still selling. It's sold around 64 million in total, but it's still selling around 10,000 units a month. And I think one of the unique parts of this is that that phenomenon hit when I was in my mid 40s, and The Chosen hit when Dallas was in his mid 40s. And so I was able to counsel him and say, you know, you ride the success of this, but you don't emphasize that. That's not the point, as you know, and he knows that. He was humbled and really, got his mind changed about what it's all about by that failure of Gavin Stone, and he realized that you just sort of hang on for dear life and honor the Lord. And as I say, we're not sure how it happened to the same family twice in a generation, but it's we really feel blessed and humbled by it.